Hey everyone, due to a weird scheduling week and some inclement weather, this video is going to be a little bit different. I've got two cars to review this week. The one behind me is a BMW X5 xDrive 45e. So it is a plug-in hybrid that on a full charge gives you up to 30 miles of range. It's kind of positioned in the middle of the X5 lineup, but I'll have a video on that. But the focus of this video is going to be on this Acura TLX Type S here. This is the performance version of the relatively new Acura TLX. The TLX was new for the 2020 model year. TLX Type S here joins for 2021. You can kind of think of this as an Audi S4 competitor. So the TLX Type S is to the regular TLX what the S4 is to the Audi A4. So since I've already reviewed a TLX and there really isn't that much different to talk about, at least as far as a tour of this vehicle goes, I thought we would mainly focus on driving dynamics with this review and, well, do a quick little exterior tour before we get into that. So the best way to think of the Type S here is A-Spec Plus, we'll call it. So it has similar styling to the A-Spec, but things are dialed up a little bit. You can see there's a pretty healthy front lip there with some vents. Here's the Type S badge in the grille. It's nice to see Type S making a return, especially given that the NSX is now being discontinued. It'll be good that Acura has some kind of performance options in the lineup. Here are the wheels. These are 20-inch wheels. They're wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires, and then behind them are Brembo brakes. You can see they say Acura and Brembo in there as well. Looks like they put off a lot of brake dust. That feels pretty sticky, pretty grimy right there, actually. Ugh, yuck. Anyway, moving down the side, there's another Type S badge. You see the black mirror caps. Around back, things get fun. You can see four rather large exhaust tips, and then pretty aggressive rear, I don't know, splitter, diffuser. I don't know what terms we're using these days. There's another Type S badge. Here's your TLX badge, and then, of course, you get super handling all-wheel drive standard on the Type S, of course, and all-wheel drive system is a little bit dialed up on the Type S, from what I understand. Same great screen animations that come on the regular TLX. Type S actually sounds pretty cool, believe it or not. And I have had it running for a minute. Yeah, this is a Honda product. Anyway, same interior. What's kind of funny is the TLX A-Spec I reviewed last year came with a bright red interior. And compared to that car, this interior is relatively subdued, but same seats as the A-Spec, I believe. So leather, and there's a suede insert here. You can see it better right there. As equipped, this one retails for about $55,000. As far as I can tell, it's fully loaded. Not many options with the TLX Type S. It's pretty much straightforward. One car, fully loaded. Anyway, that covers the tour. Let's go for a drive. So unfortunately, it is windy and rainy and dark. It's not really even that late in the day. We just have terrible weather these next couple of days. This is kind of the best chance I had to do this. One thing that the Type S gets that you don't get with the TLX, there's several things, but as far as like electronics and interior stuff goes, there's one additional driving mode. So you've got this knob right here that makes these really fun sounds. The regular TLX comes with comfort, normal, and sport modes. In the Type S, there's also a Sport Plus mode. So we'll start here in normal. There's 50 miles per hour, so it's pretty quick. I haven't seen an official 0 to 60 time yet, but I'm guessing it's right around 5 seconds, maybe 5.2. So that's fast. That's about a second faster than the regular TLX, and this one's up about 80 horsepower and 75 pounds-feet of torque over the regular TLX. That's a significant bump. Let's go into sport mode's pretty familiar. Let's go Sport Plus. So to go into Sport Plus, you turn the knob and hold it, and after a second it goes into Sport Plus, and you can see the exhaust note has changed. Brake torque. Okay, so that was a pretty quick launch there. The Audi S4, the vehicle we were using as a comparison, that goes 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. I think that's probably faster than this. This car still feels relatively tame, relatively subdued. I haven't had a chance to put tons of miles on it yet, like I'd like to, but the Audi S4, and I haven't driven a current generation S4, but I do remember that vehicle just being and feeling a little bit more aggressive than this, and that's to be expected with a Honda product relative to an Audi product. The Japanese manufacturers are just known for being conservative when it comes to engineering and designs, and power and things like that. So while this may not beat an S4 off a line, it will probably hold its value a little bit better than the Audi and better than the BMW Mercedes alternatives as well. So that's kind of the benefit that you get with a performance-oriented Acura versus a performance-oriented BMW, say. It's still pretty fun to drive. It's smooth. The exhaust note sounds pretty cool. Ooh, that was a fun downshift. You get some audible feedback when the car downshifts. Let's do it again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everything feels really crisp and new and clean. And the experience I'm having driving this car right now kind of feels the same way. Like the sounds of the engine are just smooth. It sounds fast and it's exciting, but it's also kind of subtle, if that makes sense. Same with just handling and everything. It is pretty good. I like this, especially at $55,000. I think it's probably a pretty decent value, if you can call $55,000 for transportation a good value. We're pulling on to the freeway here. Let's go. We're in second, third, fourth. Yeah, it gets going pretty quickly. Yeah, I think the word that comes to mind is balance. This car feels very balanced. I don't mean weight-wise. I mean in terms of cost, performance, day-to-day livability. It's still somewhat subtle, and then of course what we can assume is better, maybe long-term reliability. It sits right in the middle of all those things, and that's going to be appealing, I think, to a lot of people. So there is going to be an MDX Type S. I believe use the same 3-liter turbocharged V6 that the TLX Type S uses. Makes similar power, if not identical power to this car. That should be pretty appealing to families and people who want an SUV or need an SUV or just won't consider a sedan these days, because frankly the sedan shape is kind of silly. Acura is clearly making it a priority to offer some fun in its lineup. Of course, they're bringing back the Integra name. Unfortunately, they're discontinuing the NSX, which I was hoping would stick around for a little bit longer, even though it doesn't seem like it's really been the success that Acura wanted it to be. But it seems that Acura's lineup is going to be safe with regard to fun cars coming up in the future. Yeah, handling feels pretty light, but not too light. I'm not really a handling snob, so I'm probably not the best person, and we're on a freeway, so not the best time to test out handling, but everything feels light. It's responsive. I go left, the car goes left. I go right, the car immediately goes right. It doesn't really feel like there's much of a delay. It doesn't feel particularly numb or electronic. Let's go back into normal mode. So the engine gets quieter. You can still hear it when you put the pedal down, but that exhaust note isn't in your ear the whole time. Not that the exhaust note is particularly obtrusive in Sport Plus. You just hear it sooner. You hear it as soon as you put the pedal down. In normal mode, you don't hear it Yeah, you don't hear it until the car downshifts. Okay, we're turning off the highway here. Yeah. So the power came on halfway through that turn there, and the car woke up a little bit. You felt everything tighten up. I like this. I think this is a really smart choice if you're looking for a sporty, compact. It's a compact. Acura's going to tell you that it's in between compact and midsize, but it's a compact. But if you're looking for a sporty, compact sedan that isn't ridiculously expensive, TLX Type S is going to do it. One other competitor that we haven't mentioned is the Genesis G70. That's another really compelling option in this segment. It's a good value. It's a great modern design. Pretty different from the TLX in terms of design philosophy, but G70, compelling option in this segment too. Anyway though, I think I've gone on long enough. That is a look. Well, I guess it's a look if you can see, but that's your look or hear on the 2021 Acura TLX Type S. I think this is a sound option in the mid-tier compact luxury performance sedan segment, and I think this positions Acura pretty well going forward with regard to performance in its lineup, given that the NSX is now going to be discontinued. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.